There's been a million fighting games that cover the surface of the earth, and even more characters that make up the roster of those games, good or bad. We got Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD, Ultra Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Hyper. Whether it be someone like that weird ass dude Fang in Street Fighter, or even the other many thousands of fighters there are in these games, some of these coked up developers really let their drug-induced imaginations fly, and this is a little glimpse of that psychedelic weirdness that someone can only find in the morphogenetic fields. These fighters on today's list will have you scratching your head and going, what the fuck? I've seen it all. This is big, nasty, and let's get wicked and weird, finding the top 10 weirdest fighting game characters ever. Lima, India, Kilo, Echo, Charlie, Oscar, Mike, Echo, November, Tango, Sierra, Uniform, Bravo, Sierra, Charlie, Romeo, India, Bravo, Echo. Yeah.
Number 10.
Now, Akuma is the last character that should be in this list. That man's hands are rated E for everyone. All Akuma wants to do is find strong opponents that he respects enough to kill. Those schmucks down at Capital City weren't enough. He had to go to the Mishima Saibatsu to throw hands. That man don't want water, bread, or nothing. He just want meat and some hands. Speaking of meat though, ain't no meat to be found in Cyberbot since it's meant to be giant mechs facing off like a Voltron battle. But before Voltron made the game, Akuma wiggled himself in. But how? They just made Big Dog a mech like he was part of the Lin Kuei initiative, and while Mech Akuma sounds gas, that don't make it any less bizarre.
Number 9.
We already got started on talking about some weird characters, but let's talk about the weird fighting styles in gaming, like the Drunken Fist or dance fighting or however the hell Volvo fights. Brody's doing the worm, but you ever thought about kicking someone's ass with yoga? Wii Fit Trainer is just odd when you think about it. An actual literal template design, no personality because she's literally a yoga instructor, and she fights with yoga poses, and a volleyball because she's a literal yoga instructor. She also channels the heat of the sun because fuck it, we're just doing anything now. I'm surprised she doesn't fight with the Wii Fit balance board, because why not? She's got a hell of an arch though.
Number 8.
Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here, cause F-R-E-D Durst is right here. People in Fight Club, put your hands in the air, cause if you don't care, then we don't care. 1, 2, 3 times 2 into the 6. Hope you got your fix up these dumb cash grab hicks. So where the fuck the fans at? Shut the fuck up and back the fuck up while we fuck this game up.
Number 7.
Fighting game fans are the absolute thirstiest people on the planet, besides everyone who plays Honey Pop and people who play Wario and Mario Kart. Just look at any Dead or Alive game, Ivy, Orchid, half the freaking costumes in Street Fighter 5. Luckily for them, they have the amazing, spectacular, friendly neighborhood Pepsi Man here to quench the thirst of the poor lobotomites that roam the servers of Fighting Vipers. Listen, Buckarooski, I respect Pepsi Man as much as I respect that man who invented the air fryer, but Pepsi Man was in a Japanese exclusive game meant to advertise Pepsi for the PlayStation, but apparently that gave him enough sway to make it into Fighting Vipers as a guest character. I'm down though, let's get saucy and put him in more games.
Number 6.
I hate talking about this next character, but considering I hate talking about him because of how damn weird he is, life fuck me because I got no choice. And speaking of life, whoever made Hakan is bad at life, because never once in anyone's life did they think to themselves, I really want to play as some big oily wrestler where I have to oil myself up. I demand some love be shown to oil wrestling in Street Fighter. Well, unless that wrestler was a woman, because again, fighting game fans are the thirstiest people alive. They're hornier than a reindeer on Christmas. The red sunburned skin, the hideous clashing blue hair, and the awkward super move. Can I just ban this guy from any future list?
Number 5.
Mega Man has been in plenty of fighters, like in Marvel vs. Capcom or when he's had his own fighting game, and he was tough in all of them. That's the Blue Bomber for you. And it doesn't count, but also we got that Mega Man Street Fighter crossover in Mega Man form. So now imagine a Mega Man Street Fighter crossover in Street Fighter form. It's enough to make a grown man cry like a baby, until you see the big old man baby, that Street Fighter cross Tekken Mega Man. I don't even have words for this dog. Instead of using the regular Mega Man or even X like any normal person, instead of the bad box art Mega Man, not even any normal, just any person, Not even any person, any being on this earth, which makes me think that this idea was created by some reptilian alien raptor. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, I'm calling you out. I've seen your work before.
Number 4.
Sigh. Yeah, this is a shoe. I'm going off script here because I don't even know where to start. In the 90s, they was just doing whatever, man. It didn't matter who they were copying or what they were stealing, as long as they could get the nice crumb of $1 in return. I could make a separate list just on the Mortal Kombat ripoff games that even Capcom was doing. But one of those games, Xenophage Alien Bloodsport, decided they weren't stealing enough and decided to go the extra mile. If a mile was actually the size of 6 miles. And they added a freaking purple dinosaur meant to be Barney in their fighting game. Dog, look at this thing. I'm scratching my head and I've seen it all. What the fuck? Barney the dinosaur? What the fuck? And he fights with exploding hearts. Is this Havoc with a costume on? He must be working his day job.
Number 3.
There's a thing a lot of people like to say, and it's, you can tell you hit the mark of a good character design when you can black out the character and still tell exactly who they are. So everyone, please, tell me who this character is. It must be a great design because I can tell this is Mr. Game & Watch, except for the fact that I didn't have to change shit about his fucking design. I have to black out nothing. And yet I can play as him in Smash Bros. Don't get me wrong, he's fun, but he fits way out of place even with Mario or the Pokemon, let alone a Sephiroth or Kazuya. You could have told someone back when the first Smash Bros released that Game & Watch was gonna end up playable, and they would have smacked you in the face and asked for Waluigi instead somehow, even though it was 1999 and Waluigi hadn't been drugged into existence yet.
Number 2.
Some of my lists always need that just for me pick, and just because someone's on this list don't mean that they bad. It just means they're weirder than the plots of Metal Gear Solid, because Phoenix Wright is a goated character. A regular lawyer throwing down with monsters, gods, and superpowered beings. Yeah, all my boy Mr. Wright has to do is toss around paper, sneeze, and flash his badge. Then you collect evidence and evict your opponent in what has to be one of the most unexpected hype supers in gaming. I don't give a shit. Add Phoenix Wright in Smash and step him up from the step ladder onto the ladder of success. Yes, they're mini ladders, they're smaller ladders, so you know, they're step ladders to reach a shelf. I mean, you know. Phoenix Wright may be a weirdo, but he's my weirdo. I need some time to think about the ladders versus step ladders debate, so I'll buy some time with a recap of the top 10 weirdest fighting game characters. Number 10, Akuma. Number 9, Wii Fit Trainer. Number 8, Fred Durst. Number 7, Pepsi Man. Number 6, Hakan. Number 5, Bad Box Art Mega Man. Number 4, Barney the Dinosaur. Number 3, Mr. Game & Watch. Number 2, my GOAT, Phoenix Wright.
Number 1.
Fighters Mega Mix. 2 words and y'all already know where we're heading with this. I mean, this game just has the weirdest roster to ever exist. I could have filled up the top 10 with these bonobos. I mean, Bean the Dynamite, Rent a Hero, Mr. Meat, but all of them are beat by a goddamn racing car. The Daytona Racing Car is an actual fighter in a fighting game. And it's not just popping wheelies and driving into the guy. He's actually fighting with his tires. And its hood flies off and it even changes freaking fighting styles. Why is a car in a fighting game so advanced? He must be training for the Street Fighter tournament to get his revenge on all the family he's lost over the years. Whoever made this fighter had to be doing all the drugs in the world. But why do I kinda love him? No character in any game can top this. Hornet is without a doubt the weirdest character in any damn fighter, bar none.